So this is how I made this concertina book. Start off with a sheet of watercolour paper, and I'm going to fold it in half. So I made a template with just a sheet of A4 paper because I couldn't work it out without doing it. It's like, yeah, it was my experimental sheet. So you cut it, you basically fold it in half again, and then you fold it in half again. So these are going to be the shape of my pages. So I fold it like so. It doesn't have to be particularly neat till you come to make your actual book. So this is just on my ordinary A4 paper because I want to work out how it's going to work. So imagine you've got a sheet of watercolour paper. When you do this, of course, you're going to score it. It's going to be all neat. You're going to fold it really beautifully. So this is going to be the equivalent of my sheet of paper. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut, I know, use a nice, I mean, this is a little bit naff, but it doesn't matter. It gives you the idea. Normally, I try and use a craft knife, not a pair of scissors. But I just want you to see how this is going to work. Because, see, I couldn't get my head around this. It took me a couple of goes. I hacked up a few bits of paper first. So, right, so this is going to be my book. So imagine, this is going to be page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So those are going to be your pages. So how does it work? So imagine you've got your watercolour, you're painting on here, and you've cut it all up, and then this is how we're going to fold it. So you imagine, and that's page 1 can be on the inside. So if you want page 1 on the inside, 1 and 2, as opposed to the outside, you just fold it this way. So that's page 1 and 2. Then you fold that bit under, that becomes 3 and 4. Then you're going to turn that under, that becomes 5 and 6. And that becomes 7 and 8. That becomes 9 and 10. That becomes 11 and 12. It all makes sense in a minute. That becomes 13 and 14. And that becomes 15 and 16. So this becomes your little book. Obviously, it's going to be beautifully neat when you make yours, as opposed to mine. Okay, and then this is how it works. So page 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You're going to glue that together. 5 and 6, that's upside down. And actually, that can be quite a good thing because whatever you've got painted on there, you just have to deal with it being upside down. 5 and 6. Or you can start with a pristine piece of white paper, which I don't particularly like to do. 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And any of these sheets where they're sticking together, like that one, I put a little bit of wood glue, just some ordinary glue. But it does mean that you don't have to tape it anywhere. It's just made from one sheet of paper. But the trick comes with cutting. And once I had my little template like this, and it was obvious how I was going to make my little book, I then got my sheet of watercolour paper. It can be something you've already got some paint on, and I then had my template for cutting it. So have a go.